Why? Like vegetable oil, it says vegetable in it.
Right.
Why is it not healthy?
Yeah, how deceiving is that?
Yeah.
Everyone sees like, "Oh, vegetable oil. Oh, that's gotta be healthy."
Yeah.
Uh, but no, it's the way these vegetable oils are processed, one, but then also the fatty acid profile of that. So, how are vegetable oils processed? Actually, if you look up how canola oil is made on YouTube, you can see a video. It's like a 20-step process, and it's absolutely disgusting. It's gross. Uh, but it goes through. So, we'll start with this. Most vegetable oils are polyunsaturated fats, and polyunsaturated fats are they oxidize very easily. They're extremely unstable fats. So when you heat them up, they form basically toxins. And how are vegetable oils processed? Well, they're heated to extremely high temperatures multiple times throughout the process of how corn becomes corn oil. And there's side note there, I forget the exact amount, but the amount of corn in 1 tablespoon of corn oil is ridiculous, and no one would ever consume that much corn. So we're getting these polyunsaturated fats that go through this process, heated to high temperatures, oxidize, and basically form toxins. So by the time we consume them, they're very toxic to our body and they're toxic to our cells. And if our cells get sick, we get sick. And that's how a lot of diseases happen nowadays. So that's the first component is the fatty acid profile. But then it's also very high in these omega-6 fats, which are, some people say, inflammatory. So we have omega-3 fats and we have omega-6 fats. Both of them are essential. We can't go without omega-6 fats, but we're consuming way too many omega-6 fats in the diet today, and it's primarily because of these vegetable oils, because they're literally in every processed food because they're so cheap to make, and companies put them in everything. Most restaurants cook in them. All fast food places use them. So
Yeah, it is crazy. And on the omega-6, why is too much of omega-6 a bad thing?
honestly, I don't know the exact like science within the body, but basically we need a omega-6 to omega-3 to omega-6 ratio of 2 to 1. So we want to have more omega-3s, which are anti-inflammatory, which are good for our body, good for our cells, good for our brain. But when we get too much of these omega-6 fats, it basically causes a reaction within the body and ultimately leads to inflammation.
Got it. So it sounds like with these vegetable oils, first they're toxic to our body, and then they can maybe cause some sort of chemical imbalance within our bodies if we're not consuming them in the right proportions.
Exactly. And yeah, every once in a while, if you have a little bit of vegetable oil every now and then, it's not the end of the world, but it's the amount that we're consuming, because they're, like I said, they're literally in everything.
Right.
So we're just consuming so much of this.
Oh yeah. I love cooking with oil.
Yeah. Well, not all oil is bad.
Right. Yes. Only olive oil. Only olive
Yeah.
oil. But
And
when
ghee
you
and butter.
and ghee, yes, of course. When you
I
said
love ghee.
that's not sponsored. When
And
you
this podcast is sponsored by... Just kidding. We don't have sponsors yet.
when you said that these vegetable oils tend to create these toxins at high temperatures, the first thing I normally think of when using oils is heating up something on a frying pan. Is that almost reactivating the toxins?
It's definitely not helping.
Not helping.
Yeah. I mean, they're already there, but yeah, I'd say it's probably it makes it even worse.
Okay.
And also, when you go to the store, you go down the oil section, and what do you see? You see the vegetable oils, which are all in clear plastic bottles, and then you have like the avocado oil and the olive oil, which are in dark bottles. You want the dark because that preserves the fat in there and prevents it from oxidizing. So I don't know why all the vegetable oils are like that. My assumption is that all of these oils are already oxidized, and it doesn't, because if sunlight goes through, it can oxidize that way as well. But I mean, yeah, all of the vegetable oils, they're in clear plastic bottles, and my assumption is that they're already oxidized, so they don't care. But yeah, if you're buying anything in a clear plastic bottle, it's usually a red flag.
Okay, that is good to know. So maybe also just the clear plastic is cheaper to produce, going
Yeah.
along with the
Yeah.
theme
I
mentioned
guess
earlier.
they're just trying to make it as cheap
Yeah.
as possible.
Yep.
I mean, just look at the price of.
Yeah.
You could buy a gallon of gallons. Go to Costco, you can buy gallons of these vegetable oils for so cheap.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so immediate if you're just getting started,
Yeah.
one of the first things you can do, take all of that vegetable oil out of your kitchen, throw it away. It's not worth it, and go get olive oil, go get avocado oil, go get ghee, go get beef tallow. All of
beef
these
tallow.
beef tallow, all of these replacements that are way better for you.
Yes.
Okay.
And the reason that all these are better for you is because it's a different fatty acid profile. So vegetable oils, polyunsaturated fats, very unstable, oxidize very easily, all these other ones, olive oil and avocado oil are monounsaturated fats. And these have much more omega-3 fatty acids and much less omega-6. Still contains a little bit omega-6. Like I said, omega-6 is necessary, but way less, and yeah, just a way better amount. So avocado oil, olive oil, monounsaturated fats. And then we have things like ghee, butter, tallow, coconut oil. Those are all saturated fats, which we've also been told is terrible for us, which is the complete opposite. Saturated fats are amazing for us. Our brain, and don't quote me on this, but I think our brain is literally made out of saturated fat. But yet where people are saying, oh, don't eat saturated fat because it raises your cholesterol, which is a whole other topic. I don't know if we want to get into that on this.
We'll save that for another.
Yeah, we'll save.
We got a lot of topics.
We'll save the cholesterol talk for another time. But yeah, swap out the polyunsaturated fats, the vegetable oils, for monounsaturated fats and saturated fats.
That makes sense.
And that's the first thing I would suggest for anyone wanting to live a healthier life. And that goes for both the oils you cook with and also the oils that you see on the back of the package, because I'll tell you right now, 90 at this day, actually the proportion is probably getting better. 95% of processed food at the store have vegetable oils. Used to be 99, now I'd say 95.
Wow.
That's a total guess.
Wow, that's a high number. We're gonna fact check that one.
Maybe not at Whole Foods,
Yeah.
but Walmart, yeah, big time.
Yep. I think that's another good point there, is that when you make that switch, you can't tell the
No,
taste.
no.
I think a lot of people are concerned that they're gonna lose flavor when they switch to healthier foods, but there's no chance.
Vegetable oils actually have no flavor at all whatsoever.
There you
They back to how they're made. They go through a deodorization process because they're rancid, so they smell terrible. But then they go through a deodorization process that completely kills the odor, so they have no taste at all whatsoever. And then after they go through the deodorization process, they get bleached because it's like when it comes out, it's like a dark brownish color, but then they're bleached, so it's more clear.
This
Yeah,
is
it's gross.
wild. Yeah, we're gonna have to watch this video
Yeah.
after.
Yeah, we'll
If
watch
you
it.
just listen to how this is made,
Yeah.
then I think common sense will get you that.
Exactly.
You probably don't want to put that in your body.
And that's the other thing. It doesn't take a genius to know, oh, if it goes through that many steps and it looks like that after, I probably shouldn't be eating that.
Yep.
How is olive oil made? They crush olives.
Yeah.
How is avocado oil made? They crush avocados.
Yes.
How is butter made? They take milk and they churn it. I
Yeah.
think that's how you make
Yeah.
butter.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just like, just think about it. It's
Yeah.
like all these other healthy options, they have one step. And then these vegetable oils have 20 steps.
Yeah. Exactly.
So.
If you're just looking to get started, some takeaways that I've had watching and consuming Kyle over the past few years is the less ingredients, the better. And as long as I can pronounce and relatively understand the ingredients in anything, then I feel better about it. So that's kind of a quick tip there for you guys.